Hello everyone, welcome to Pick Up Play. This is Deer and Boy, which came out about a week ago, I think, and it's alright, it's not bad. I've played through it. I played through it on Steam Deck, where I saw the developers saying that they were trying to get it to run at about 40 frames a second, which, if you've got the OLED version of the Steam Deck, probably makes more sense, because I think that's when the the VRR will kick in. I don't. I have the original version, and I generally tend to play stuff at VRR on, at 40 frames on the Steam Deck to save battery life and things, or just for a more consistent performance. This regularly drops below 40, even on whatever setting. I should say the graphics options are basically that, so you can drop stuff all the way down. To like low, which I think it might be what it's on. You're not getting you can't manually turn all the things off, so you're sort of locked at it, and it will get to 40, but it won't stay at 40, and it uses a ton of your battery. It's and kicks out a load of heat. It's quite a weirdly demanding game given how it looks. Anyway, it also didn't annoyingly carry over my save, so I've had to play a little bit of it. We're the boy, obviously. There is a deer. We've just picked up the deer, literally, and the game will evolve as you get to different stages with the deer. We're going to actually just pick him up, and let's put him a bit further across. Also, you can do this. You can just stroke him. But I figured, as this was a bit more of a meaningful puzzle, But I thought, as this was more of a more meaningful puzzle, I thought this would be a good place to pick up. So this is an area where I failed a few times before I sort of worked out what I needed to do. So as it stands, it's spoilers for certain bits. Even that was, I suppose. But you can interact with objects a little bit, and that now gives us a way to get over. So I'm hoping I can get through some of this stuff quick enough that we get to the more interesting bits with the deer, where it will feature more prominently in the gameplay. Whilst you're carrying the deer, you cannot jump, so we need to put him down. And then we can bring this back. And now we have our dear friend back. So this is a bit of a limbo 'em up, I suppose. Let's put him down here. Is that enough to... Yeah, he weighs enough to do that. So yeah, like it one of the things I'll say about this is it doesn't... It has a lot of downtime, dear and boy. A lot of moments where you're just walking and there's nothing else to it. You're not... Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to do this. You're not interacting with much. There's a few moments where that happens. And it's fine that it does that, but if you compare it to something like Limbo, it's not as frantic and as tense as Limbo. That's not to say there's no like mild peril or anything, because there is the odd bit, but it's not as full on as certain other games. Actually, in some ways, reminds me more of... I played a game on the channel called Blanc, where you it's another deer 'em up, I suppose. But yeah, you are a deer and a wolf cub in that, I think, and that has similar sort of things. If you get these areas and then there's puzzle, and you get a gameplay mechanic, and then you're using the gameplay mechanic for a while. So we need to put him down, because if we get too close, this will charge at us. So we don't, and I can't pull this out. So we have to find another way around. If you see just there, the sort of white bit on the edge of that rock, that means it's a grabbable object. You'll probably see a better example this way. Yeah, you've got an example here. So the edge of the screen there, we're going too far away from the deer. You can see it starts getting a bit weird. And the deer is whinging at us. There we go. So like I say, you just get these periods of walking, and granted that's from one puzzle, the start of a puzzle area to the next bit. But yeah, you do get these sort of downtime moments. So this next section's going to feel a bit more Limbo. But I think I'd stress... Oh, Little Nightmares does this as well. I think I would just take a moment just to stress that it's not... This is not typical of the game. Also, I think what you'll see here is this stuff poisons us. We can't loiter in it. Because as you can see, the screen closes up. I'm not entirely sure what it is. Pollution, evil, who knows. So it will pick up in a second. Like I said, there's a lot of downtime. I don't want to dwell on it. I will say, while this is all happening, or not happening, I did enjoy this game overall. I did get stuck on a couple of points. And there was... there was a patch released for this today that... If you were to look at the notes, you'd see it has a lot of, like... Okay, I need to put him down. I think. Let's put him here. Wait, let's move him so I can see him. Let's put him here. And it's noticeable that some of the stuff they put in there was, like, make this thing more noticeable to the player. I didn't think there was too many points where I didn't know what I was being asked, what was being asked of me, but there was definitely one or two. I think this bit might have been one of them. So I think... So we can... I would probably recommend jumping. If you've not got him on your back, I would recommend jumping, I think. But we can't on this. Or once he's on a back. Yeah, broadly speaking, I did enjoy the game. I'd seen some... Particularly in the Steam forums, I saw some people raving about it, and also some, because it's Steam reviews, I saw like some real animosity towards the game, which it doesn't deserve. It's good. It is good. I don't know that it's amazing. But I couldn't point to, other than like there's a lot of downtime, I couldn't point to anything that I thought was particularly bad. So it's one of those bits. So a bit of a little nightmares I'm up. Oh, that feels a little harsh. Didn't get a lot of time there to make it across. Is he... Okay, yeah, he is. So this bit took me a minute as well. I didn't clock what this was on the Steam Deck. It's a little, a little more noticeable, but he won't look away. So this is a boat, and yeah, it's a little more noticeable on the PC than on Steam Deck, which is it's not the game's fault, or maybe it is. I don't know. It just yeah. Again, maybe if you've got the OLED screen, you'll be able to see the different... Oh, you can't grab this bit of boat, though. So we're safe. For now, anyway. So we need to put him down again. So we're gonna just about make it, I think. Yeah. Again, this is something that a little trial and error. It's not overly difficult. So, but it is spoilers. So I'm not gonna play too much more. I think, just because I don't want to. I don't want to spoil too much of the game for people. Okay, let's. I probably should have brought him over. So we'll have to get up here to rest up. And we'll do another couple of puzzles, I guess. Oh, so this is teaching us. Yeah, if we make noise, he's gonna look. So, again, you probably need, without having played the game before, you'd probably need a bit of trial and error on that, but you wouldn't know to leave the deer behind there, I don't think. And you don't get a ton of time on this bit, if I remember right. So we'll finish this section out and then call it. I think this is around about the point where the deer sort of takes its next step, I suppose. And I can't remember if we actually control this bit or not. I don't think we do. We do not. So I don't know if there was a demo for this game. I think there might have been. Yeah, there was, because I think I downloaded it and I never got around to it. I feel like that'd be the point where a demo would end. That wall of white, and then it just cut to, coming soon or whatever. So he doesn't go in our bag anymore. We've also just given up on the bike, even though it would be quite useful. Anyway, I'm going to call it there. I might just trim some of that down just to get rid of some of the sort of non-event stuff, I suppose. But all in all, I would recommend Deer and Boy. I think it's a pretty decent game. It is. I think I would. Maybe it wouldn't suit the story they're telling, the tone they're going for, but I think I would like it to be a bit more involved and a little more sort of frenetic. Oh, frenetic's probably the wrong vibe, definitely, but like I keep saying, this is quite a long time for nothing. But it is, they're making the way across the country. It would take a bit, take longer than that, but yeah, I don't mind downtime as such, but yeah, right, we are gonna end it here because I'll leave. Such as there is in terms of plot points, we're coming to one. So yeah, I think it's worth playing. I think it's decent. I don't think it's as good as the some of the more gushing Steam reviews, but equally, I don't think it's a bad game, and I don't think you'll have a bad time playing it. I didn't find it frustrating at any point, really. There's a couple of bits where it's maybe not immediately obvious what you need to do, but yeah, I think it's worth a go, and it'd be a shame if it didn't find an audience, because I think it deserves one. That's it, and yeah, have a look around the channel. There is a few more videos to go up. There's the next, which will probably follow very, very soon after this. There's the next completed games list episode for the month, and I'm working on a video where I'm looking at the 4 gig laptop and some games from the first half of this year, or right at the end of last year, to see how it performs with them. So a second part to a video that I did at the end of last year. Then there's a couple of other things that just need editing as well. The next Crystal episode and things like that. Yeah, thanks for watching. Have a look around the channel, etc., and so on. And I'll see you soon.